Stop believing that all foods are safe just because they are common, because what I'm about to tell you challenges one of the most dangerous assumptions in modern nutrition. Most people think disease after 40 comes from aging itself, but in clinical practice, we see something very different. A large percentage of health decline is driven by daily food choices that silently increase inflammation, damage blood vessels, and accelerate metabolic aging without any obvious warning signs. And here is something that should immediately get your attention. A major study published in the Lancet involving over 100,000 participants found that ultra processed food consumption increased all cause mortality risk by up to 31%, especially in adults over 40. Another Harvard study showed that high refined sugar intake increases the risk of cardiovascular disease by nearly 38%, even in people who appear otherwise healthy. Now, listen carefully because if you stay with me until the end, I will reveal the number one food doctors consistently warn about after 40, and most people eat it every single day without realizing the damage it is causing. Before we dive in, I want to ask you something personal. How old are you right now? And which of the foods I mentioned today do you eat regularly? Be honest in the comments because I read every single one, and your answer might help someone else wake up to a hidden risk. Let's begin. Number 5 is sugary breakfast cereals and refined morning carbs. This is one of the most underestimated dangers for adults after 40. Research from the American Heart Association shows that high glycemic breakfast foods cause rapid blood sugar spikes that can increase insulin demand by over 70% within the first hour of consumption. Over time, this contributes to insulin resistance, weight gain, and inflammation. Think of your bloodstream like a delivery highway. When sugar enters too quickly, it creates a traffic jam. That congestion forces your body to release large amounts of insulin, which becomes less effective over time. One of my patients, Robert, a 66-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, came to me with constant morning fatigue. He was eating cereal every day thinking it was healthy. After switching to a protein-based breakfast, his energy stabilized within 2 weeks. After 50, your muscles become less responsive due to something called anabolic resistance, meaning your body processes nutrients less efficiently. That makes sugar spikes even more harmful because glucose is not cleared as quickly from the bloodstream. To reduce damage, replace sugary cereals with protein-rich breakfasts like eggs, yogurt, or nuts. A synergy tip is combining protein with fiber, which slows glucose absorption and prevents spikes. Number 4 is processed meats like sausages, bacon, and deli meats. This is where things become even more serious. A World Health Organization classification labeled processed meats as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning there is strong evidence linking them to cancer risk. A large European study found that daily consumption of processed meat increased the risk of colorectal cancer by approximately 18%. Think of processed meat like fuel mixed with additives that your body was never designed to handle long term. Over time, these additives create inflammation and oxidative stress. One patient, Linda, a 70-year-old from Florida, reduced her processed meat intake after being diagnosed with high cholesterol and early vascular inflammation. Within months, her blood markers improved significantly. After 60, the body's detoxification systems, including liver enzyme activity, begin to slow down. That means harmful compounds from processed foods remain longer in circulation. To reduce risk, replace processed meats with fresh poultry, fish, or plant-based proteins. A synergy tip is pairing lean proteins with antioxidant-rich vegetables to reduce inflammation. Now, before we continue, if you are finding this helpful, take a second to like this video and subscribe. I share evidence-based health insights every week designed specifically for adults who want to stay strong, independent, and mentally sharp. Let's continue. Number 3 is deep-fried foods and trans fats. This is one of the fastest ways to accelerate arterial aging. Studies from Harvard School of Public Health show that trans fats increase bad cholesterol, LDL, by up to 20% while simultaneously lowering good cholesterol, HDL, significantly increasing heart disease risk. Think of your arteries like flexible pipes. Healthy oils keep them smooth and flexible. Trans fats, however, act like sludge that gradually hardens inside those pipes. One patient, James, a 72-year-old from Texas, experienced chest discomfort and fatigue linked to years of frequent fried food consumption. After dietary changes, his energy and cardiovascular markers improved. After 50, arterial elasticity naturally decreases, meaning your blood vessels become less flexible. Fried foods accelerate this process dramatically. To reduce risk, avoid repeated heated oils and fast foods. A synergy tip is pairing healthy fats like olive oil or omega-3s with vegetables to support vascular health. Number two is high sugar drinks, including sodas, packaged juices, and energy drinks. This is one of the most deceptive categories because it does not feel like food, but its impact is massive. A study from the University of California found that sugary beverage consumption is strongly associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes, obesity, and fatty liver disease. Just one sugary drink per day increases metabolic disease risk by up to 26%. Think of liquid sugar like flooding your system with fuel your body cannot store efficiently. It overwhelms your liver and pancreas almost instantly. One patient, Maria, a 68-year-old grandmother from California, was drinking juice daily thinking it was healthy. After switching to water and herbal tea, her blood sugar levels improved significantly within 3 months. After 60, insulin sensitivity declines naturally, making liquid sugar even more dangerous because it enters the bloodstream faster than solid food. To reduce harm, replace sugary drinks with water, green tea, or infused water. A synergy tip is adding lemon or cucumber to water to improve hydration and antioxidant intake. Now we reach the most dangerous food category of all. Number one is ultra-processed packaged foods. This is what doctors consistently warn about after 40, and most people consume it daily without realizing the impact. A massive global study published in BMJ involving over 200,000 participants found that high intake of ultra-processed foods increased risk of premature death by up to 29% and significantly raised risks of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. Think of ultra-processed foods like factory-made substances designed for taste and shelf life, not for human biology. They are engineered to bypass natural satiety signals, making you eat more while providing less nutritional value. One of my patients, Alan, a 74-year-old from New York, improved his health markers dramatically after reducing packaged food intake. Within months, he reported better energy, improved digestion, and weight stabilization. After 50, mitochondrial function declines, meaning your cells produce less energy. Ultra-processed foods worsen this by increasing oxidative stress and inflammation, which further damages cellular energy systems. To reduce exposure, focus on whole foods like vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, nuts, and grains in their natural form. A synergy tip is combining whole foods with physical activity, which helps improve metabolic flexibility and energy utilization. Now step back and look at the full picture. The shocking truth is not that one food destroys your health, but that repeated exposure to multiple harmful foods accelerates biological aging across every system in your body. Inflammation increases, blood vessels stiffen, metabolism slows, brain function declines. But the encouraging truth is this: your body is incredibly responsive to change. Even after 40, 50, 60, or 70, improving your diet can significantly reverse risk markers and improve quality of life. I have seen patients regain energy, reduce medication dependence, improve mobility, and restore mental clarity simply by changing what they eat. Because the goal is not perfection, the goal is protection. Protection of your heart, protection of your brain, protection of your independence, and most importantly, protection of your quality of life. It is never too late to change your biology through better choices. Every meal is a decision. Every choice sends a signal to your body, and every healthy decision becomes an investment in your future self. If this video helped you understand what to avoid after 40, make sure you subscribe for more evidence-based health insights. And now I want to ask you something important. Which food from this list surprised you the most, and which one are you going to reduce starting today? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one, and your experience may help someone else take their first step toward better health.